Hello and thanks for watching. This is to help you set up for a Skype interview, particularly for one that the video will be used for broadcast, whether on Facebook Live, YouTube, or any of the Twitch or Periscope type of broadcasts. What you're going to want to do before we even get started is I want to go over the fact that, remember, eye contact is very important, and try and make sure you look at the camera, not the screen and not yourself. Look at the camera more than anything. I want to go over the fact that if you have a camera that is not attached, that is actually, put somewhere else, the best thing to do is to put the camera a little higher than your eye line, particularly at least 2 to 5 inches above your eye line. You don't want to look down at the camera, you want to look up at the camera. It'll make a world of difference. It'll do a complete world of difference. It will change from looking down where they see neck and stuff to looking up, of your face, your natural look, and the shadows and stuff will be minimized. You always want to have a higher angle. That's the best way to look. The second thing is a light. You want a light behind. If you're at a desktop or a laptop, no matter what, put a light behind it on the other side. One of the best things to do is if you have a computer sitting there, put a light on both sides of your monitor. That a good 75 watt bulb, 60, if you have 62 of them, one on each side. In this case, this bulb actually happens to be a 200 watt bulb, so it's more than bright enough. So it will sit back there, and the difference between doing these things could be the difference between having a video that looks like this and a video that looks like this. It's a complete world of difference. The more brightness, the better. And the brightness behind the camera or on the sides of the camera. Don't get the light in front of the camera, or you will end up with something like this again. But this is what we're looking for. When setting up your audio, the best thing to do is something like this: earbuds with a mic that is connected so that it's as close to you as possible. Second would be something to this effect, kind of an open design with that. The same thing with the mic. The best overall, honestly, you could possibly get would be this, where it goes in your ear and it has the microphone attached. Again, the USB is always going to be best. Now, what you're going to want to do is you want to go to your computer. If you don't have a phone, go to the computer. And on the front, you'll either have these two adapters. If you only have one plug that looks like this, then you'll want to put that into the headphone. The reason why is because we want to make sure no audio gets into the mic except for what is in the headphones. So you're going to be listening to the headphones. If you have to go into the back of your computer, then you're going to look at this. Your microphone is always going to be pink, and your output, your speakers or whatever, headset, all of that is always going to be on the green. You want to use the green on that case. If you have one specifically that says headphone, then put it into the headphone. That will help, and that'll be what do it. When setting up for the actual Skype call itself, you go to Skype. This is a basic look of what's going to look like. You're going to go up to these 3 dots up here at the top. These will be your menu, and you go to your settings. Once you have your settings open, it'll have your information. Go to audio and video. You want to make sure your camera is selected. If you have 2 cameras or multiple cameras, they will show up here. You can have one that's attached, or if you have a secondary one, you can select it. Right now, we're in a really dark room, so you're not going to see anything. But this is going to be where you can look and see, and make sure that it tests out and works. And then your microphone is going to have another option down here where you can check and see. And if you have multiple microphones, multiple inputs, you can check the one that goes on, and you can allow it to automatically adjust the setting for you. Or you can do a manual setting where you can adjust. If you know your setting, usually around 80% is good. But if you have to, go ahead and let them do it automatically. Your speakers, your output, you're going to want to change this. If it just says default, that could work. You can test the audio, see if it comes through your headphone. If it does, then that's great. If it doesn't, then you're going to need to select this and go through, and if it gives you options, again, you can select these. If you have a USB microphone that has a connection on it, you can select it, or you can select, it'll say like headphone or built-in output if you've connected to the output on the back of your computer. Again, you can listen to it, you can go up and down, you can check, you can test to make sure you can hear it. Generally, you can adjust it however it goes, however you need it to be. And then from here, you are now ready to do your Skype call. After you're done, you're going to want to get out of here, go up here, you put in, and you can begin typing in the person's name or their email address, or if they have a phone number attached, the phone number which is used, and they should come up and you'll be able to select it and start the video call. Once you've contacted someone for the first time, from that point on, they will show up over here in this pane right here. And this should be enough to get you started for a Skype call. If you're going to try to use a Google Hangout, you need to have a Gmail account set up already. The best way to do it is to use Chrome browser. All the other browsers are they're not always that great. The best way is the Chrome browser or on your phone. The phone is a very good way to do it as well. Once you do the Chrome browser, you need to go and you need to install the Chrome add-on with the window on your Chrome. Go extensions, it'll open up, then you'll have to type in Google Hangouts for the first time. Which again through Gmail will be really easy, just a couple of clicks. Once you get it, it'll pop up. It'll give you an information here. You can see who you want to look at. You can do a new conversation. Once you've got this started, and you're going to select right here where it says begin your video call. When you do this, it will pop up. It'll start calling them, or if they call you, it'll pop up. Make sure it's in a nice place. For setting up your Google Hangout, it's pretty much the same thing, except that you're going to go up here to this gear, and it'll pop up here, and it'll show, and it'll give you the choice of which camera you're going to use. Choose the camera that you need to use, whether you have a USB camera because it's off yours, or if you have one that's built in, like a FaceTime camera. You can select the one you want. It'll show you a sample of it over here. Same thing, just like with the Skype. If you want to go ahead, you can select which microphone you're going to use. Okay, so you want to use this microphone, you want to use built-in. For most cases, you're going to want to use a USB off mic, or you're going to want to use the one that's plugged into your headset. Speakers and the output is the same thing. It'll give you the options. You might want to do the headphones, whichever one it'll ask you, and then you could even test it to make sure that it's actually working. When you're done, and you're ready to go. Remember, when you start your call, you want to look at the webcam, not yourself. It's really inviting to look at yourself. You see yourself, you want to look at yourself. Try as hard as you can to look at the webcam instead. And that is your introduction to Skype calling and Google Hangouts for interviews, for social media, or for streaming. Thank you for joining us.